Hi, I'm Kenny Niblett. I'm Director of Public Works for the town of Millsboro. I've been employed with Millsboro for 46 years.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kruger, professional engineer. I'm the town engineer with the town of Millsboro. I've been working with the town since 2007 and have been direct hire staff for the last year.
Hello, my name is Chief Brian Calloway. I am the police chief for the town of Millsboro and the Millsboro Police Department. I have been with the Millsboro Police Department since 1998.
I'm Jamie Burke, Assistant Town Manager for the town of Millsboro.
Hello, my name is Sheldon Hudson. I'm the town manager. I've been with the town of Millsboro for about 6 years, and I'm a native Sussex Countyan.
Hi, I'm Michelle Truitt, the town of Millsboro mayor. Been serving the council for 15 years, been mayor for the last 3. Despite Millsboro being 128 years old, we are still evolving as a town. You can still see that solid foundation showing through. Operating and maintenance expenses have increased like everything else. Maintaining our current older infrastructure and facilities is just not cost effective without these enhancements. Town Council has always conservatively used town resources to fund needed projects. It has been difficult to maintain a balanced budget with our evolving needs, yet we have completed 5 projects that we are very proud of.
Going back to the Millsboro Police Department, one of the things that I do know is that we were actually in many locations. One of the first locations that the Millsboro Police Department were in was in this town hall itself. Back in those days, there was about an agency size for 9 to 10 police officers, and the town found a need to grow the agency and also to repurpose a current building, which is now the post office. The post office was built in 1972, where we are currently housed. When I first came as a Millsboro police officer, there were 9 police officers. That building was established for the needs of 9 to 12 police officers.
So the current Millsboro Town Center houses the Town Hall and the Millsboro Museum. But before it was remodeled in 2012, it housed both the Town Hall and the Police Department. The building was originally built around 1980.
Millsboro is embarking on a new water treatment plant. It was originally designed to be an 800 gallon a minute plant, and with the rising cost of things today, we increased that size of plant to 1,500 gallons a minute.
Increasing the capacity of this new water treatment plant within Plantation Lakes will help avoid the construction of additional plants in the future. We have been active during the design of the plant, and we are going to progress meetings during the construction, and that way we can ensure safe and reliable drinking water supply for all the town's citizens.
The town installed a new 1 million gallon water storage tank. We had a matching planning grant from the Office of Drinking Water in the state, and it is located on Route 20, Hardscrapple Road, just outside of Millsboro.
The tank was strategically located in the northern end of town in order to provide good, high quality, high pressure water supply to developments in northern areas of town.
One of the major projects the town has been working on over the last few years is the sidewalk paver project and water main replacement project downtown. The hope is by revitalizing this infrastructure, more private investment will be attracted to the downtown and property values will rise as well.
Like all things that age, eventually needs to be replaced or enhanced. Millsboro's infrastructure, the majority of it has been in the ground since 1964. As you can see by the slide, what was a simple fracture in a water main led to a complete failure. It's hard to believe that Millsboro sewer mains and water mains are still in functional use at this time after all those years. As you can see, the water main ranking by condition shows you where water mains are that need to be really rehabilitated. and you can see that they are surrounded mostly by new facilities. Millsboro had our asset management plans completely funded through 100% grant.
The town conducted a televised survey of the sanitary sewer piping, mostly in the old part of town, the original 1964 piping, and it was categorized by worst conditions and progressively to not needing replacement or rehabilitation at all. One of the worst conditions was a sanitary sewer pipe that had completely collapsed on itself, inhibiting the flow of sanitary sewer through that pipe. The town immediately replaced that segment of pipe.
Some people have a common misconception that they have new infrastructure and new homes in Millsboro. Your household water and sewer runs through the town's original 1964 lines to your new lines, adding additional wear and tear on the old infrastructure, and it is at risk in certain parts. We want to try to alleviate these conditions without having costly emergency expenditures in the future. Millsboro's wastewater treatment plant at present is located on State Street in Millsboro. As you can see, that it is aging rapidly. Millsboro has undergone several modifications through the years that weren't new infrastructure, but was enhancing the existing infrastructure with a fairly major upgrade in 2009 to the beneficial reuse quality water that Millsboro provides today.
The filters in the existing sewer plant are what's called membrane filtration, which effectively removes a lot of the bacteria and viruses, therefore producing what we call reclaimed water. Unfortunately, they are no longer available for wastewater plants of Millsboro's size, which means if we want to order new ones, we have to order them custom made. That increases the cost significantly from when they were initially installed, and they are very hard to find and obtain. We currently have a contract with an engineering firm to complete a preliminary engineering report for a new wastewater treatment plant to be located on the town's White Farm. We have received a wastewater matching planning grant for this preliminary engineering.
Millsboro's proposed new wastewater treatment plant will be a sequential batch reactor system, and this system will provide high quality effluent that will be suitable for beneficial reuse, which Millsboro is looking at all options for this, agricultural uses, golf courses, state lands, and it is a very good system. And with the environmental constraints being placed nowadays, we are confident that this system will work for Millsboro to meet that need.
Currently, the Millsboro Police Department has
17 sworn police officers,
with proposing to have 21 police officers. Hopefully, it is our hope to have those officers by 2022. In 2018, we found a need to change some of our interior of our police station by doing some renovations. Many of these renovations were done by our staff itself. That allowed us to be able to do this on a very tight budget. But as the town's needs changed, so did our agency. We had to look for things as housing other criminal detectives. We also have had to make room for a victim services advocate that also has her own space as well. Prior to that renovation, there were a total of 2 workstations. And in this vision, you'll see there is one of the workstations where I happen to be sitting at. That workstation, again, we had to make changes, and after that renovation, we were able to make 6 workstations for employees. The challenges with that is other space had to be used for equipment. Also, looking as our police department evolved, we had to look for space for having female police officers. We've had to make changes to our building so we can actually have a space and locker room for female police officers. Moving forward, we also had to look at things such as the way that we process our prisoners or detainees that come into our building, and also look at how we educate our public when they come in to do things such as our Citizens Police Academy, which we have hosted 6 through at least my time here since 1998. Moving forward, we've looked at several locations here in the town of Millsboro, and we have currently designed a building to meet our future needs. This is a plan that will hopefully allow us to be able to look towards the future and not think of a department that will be for our needs as of right now. This would be something for the needs of 10 to 20 years looking onward.
In essence, we're asking for the authority to borrow up to $38 million if it's even needed. Please realize that all borrowings must be approved by Town Council in an open public session. Town Council really does not take this referendum lightly. We've tried numerous things to avoid the referendum, such as budget cuts. We've prioritized projects on our strategic plan. We've even written grants, both staff and council. And we've even talked to legislators about funding. This would be state legislators and federal. Trying to maximize every dollar we collect in order to make it last, we've tried to avoid this referendum. Unfortunately, we cannot cover the expenses needed with the current operating budget, but rest assured, Town Council will try its level best to avoid borrowing the total $38 million amount. Please remember that as council members, we pay taxes too, and we do not want to see any rates, taxes being raised.
Please keep in mind that whenever town council and town staff considers a purchase, we consider the following. Is it reliable? Is it efficient? Does it have any negative effect to the environment? And is it the best use of the taxpayers' money?
So you may be wondering when the referendum will be taking place. The referendum is scheduled for Saturday, November 20th from 1 to 7 p.m. at the Town Center, 322 Wilson Highway. Be sure to bring your government-issued ID. That could be a driver's license to vote. Because the town of Millsboro has been fiscally responsible, we have an excellent credit rating, which means lower rates, which in turn means you save money.
So folks, what happens if this referendum doesn't pass? We could possibly be looking at costly emergency repairs over the future. We could have unreliable water and sewer services due to lack of rehabilitation or replacement of certain infrastructure. And of course, catastrophic failure would be no service in areas which no one wants to bear.
In closing, we need your help. Passage of this referendum, your yes vote, will ensure that our facilities and infrastructure are enhanced and upgraded to the modern times for our businesses and residents alike. We want to also make sure that it's cost effective and at the cheapest possible price. So please, vote yes on the referendum. The Town Council appreciates your help, and we look forward to evolving as Millsboro has over the last 128 years.